Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets, and if that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe and gain insight from this perspective in the cosmos. I just want to remind everyone that my website is up and running and you can book tarot readings with me there and also get more information on my coaching for beginning ceremonial magic and energy work. Make sure to check out the link in the description below. In this video, we're going to talk about a powerful ritual called the analysis of the key word. It could also be known as the LVX Ritual or light ritual. LVX is Latin for light, and what this ritual is truly doing is bringing in divine light. This ritual is something you should try doing if you've been performing the LBRP and the middle pillar for a while, and you also have been doing the energy work. I found a couple variations of this ritual, so it will be completely up to you on finding out what works for you. You should research demonstrations on how other people perform the analysis of the key word, and just try different things until you're able to feel a shift. You can perform the LVX ritual at any time. It's typically performed as the beginning of the hexagram rituals and also as the ending of the hexagram rituals. Just like how the Kabbalistic cross is performed as the beginning of the pentagram rituals as well as the ending of the pentagram rituals. One purpose of the LVX ritual is to prepare you for greater energies above the elemental energies. When you work with the elements by performing the pentagram rituals, you are working on your terrestrial consciousness. You are changing yourself. When you are working with the hexagram rituals, you are working with planetary energies, which are energies just beyond the personal consciousness. So this is going to be more geared toward having an effect on the external world. There are so many great times to perform this ritual because it doesn't really take a lot of time to do, and it has so many benefits. You can do the analysis of the key word when you are feeling stuck in a bad situation, whether this is arguing with someone or even having troubles with abundance. You can perform this ritual for healing because it's bringing in a lot of divine energy into your space. It can be used to help with troubling thoughts. This is because it brings this brilliant light into your space and mind for clarity. You can use the LVX ritual when you are feeling fear. It can help bring in a powerful strength to your aura. You can use this ritual on someone else when they're going through a hard time. The ritual can also be performed when you need energy. Another great way to use the LVX ritual is by employing it to charge items, talismans, food, and water. And of course, the best way to use it is daily to provide spiritual sustenance. All of this works by bringing consciousness into higher states. What we're doing is bringing the divine light down. This is about the sun and the planetary energies. Let's talk about what the sun represents. The sun is the light of consciousness, and we all contain the sun in our chest area, which is called Tiferet on the Tree of Life. This is the Jesus Christ center, and this is why Jesus is said to live in your heart. Also, Jesus is the Son of God, S-U-N, and is the light of the world. All of this is not to be taken literally when you read the Bible. This is an allegory for how your consciousness actually works. We can think about it like this. We are made in the image of our Creator, and we could be viewed at as children of God. We all have the solar consciousness or Christ consciousness aspect within us, and it may or may not be activated yet. We spend most of our lives when we are unawakened going through the motions and dealing with heavy thoughts, judgments, and difficulties within the mind. This is suffering. We are all suffering upon our own cross. This ritual is very symbolic of ending the suffering on the cross and being reborn or resurrected. A new light of consciousness is dawned. This will fill your space up with new light. Because of what I just described, this ritual can be a very powerful way of alchemizing suffering. It could be used to cause a shift of perspective on a situation. It could be used to shine light down on a very difficult and tumultuous matter. It could be used to gain new insight. It is also a way of purifying, cleansing, and alchemizing the consciousness or soul. The LBRP is also purifying consciousness, but the LVX ritual is going to be more powerful as you're working with more macrocosmic energy. It also brings all the other benefits of that, such as invoking the highest divine force, encouraging the destruction of ego and falsehoods, encouraging a rebirth of truth and light, bringing in clarity, and of course it aids in the experience of the macrocosm within the microcosm. Some things you may notice after beginning this ritual could be having experiences that reflect your inner world. You may notice more about how your thoughts create your reality. You may realize more about your relationships to the external world and how what you give comes back to you in various ways. You may become more interested in things like being in the present moment and identifying less with the ego. It could inspire having a meditative practice. It could aid in the process of acceptance, but yet with the ability to make meaningful changes. This could vary from person to person, but these are some of the things that I've noticed in myself. These are also things that we work on in my Four Corners program, which is focused on balancing and working with the four elements within ceremonial magic. This ritual begins to really work well for you when you've already been working on yourself in these areas. Let's go over the symbolism of this ritual and what exactly it suggests to the subconscious mind when you're performing it. You start this ritual by extending your arms so that you're in the shape of a cross, and this is called the sign of Osiris slain. You then say, I-N-R-I. In spiritual alchemy, this is an acronym for a statement that means, by fire, nature is renewed in integrity. This is about how we have a rebirth through the fire. The letters I and N can be represented by Virgo, Isis, and the Mother. This is about the production of growth. R is represented by Scorpio, Apophis, and the Destroyer. The last I is represented by Osiris and the Sun. Then breathe in light and charge the ground. Move this light back through you to draw these Hebrew letters in front of you. Visualize drawing these in a candle flame. The letters are Yud, Nun, Resh, Yod. This is also reaffirming the I-N-R-I statement. Yod is connected to Virgo, Isis. Nun is connected to Scorpio, Apophis. And Resh is connected to Sol, spelled S-O-L, which is the sun, aka Osiris. This is all representing alchemy, which is the process of purifying consciousness by transformation and rebirth. Again, there are some variations of this ritual, but this next part for me would be extending the arms again to form a cross position. Then say, the sign of Osiris slain. This is the sign of the dying god, who will be resurrected. Then move your arms into the L shape while looking to your left. There is another position that you can use instead of this L shape where one hand is raised and the other is positioned towards the ground. And I prefer using the L position for the sign of the morning of Isis. You breathe in while imagining bright white light at the top of the universe. The light that is the source of all things, where everything came from and where everything will return. Breathe in and imagine it growing brighter and exclaim, L, the sign of the morning of Isis. This is representing the light at its fullest. Then we will make our arms into the shape of a V and tilt our heads back. Breathe in as you grow this light even bigger and say V, the sign of Apophis and Typhon. This is representing the destruction. This could be viewed at as the burning away of impurities, the burning away of the old self. Then form your arms into an X shape over your chest. Breathe in and imagine this light at the top of the universe grow even bigger and brighter. Then say X, the sign of Osiris risen. This is the rebirth or resurrection of light. Then extend your arms back into the shape of a cross, otherwise known as the sign of Osiris slain. Breathe in as the light grows bigger and brighter. Make the L shape again and breathe in as the light grows. Say L. Then make the V shape. Breathe in and grow the light. Say V. Then make the X shape and breathe in as the light grows extremely big and bright and say X. Then say Lux. This is actually how L.V.X is pronounced. Then say the light of the cross. and as you say light, extend your arms back into the sign of the cross, and then back into the X position. Then bring your hands together in front of you as if you're praying. While your hands are in the praying position, raise them up over your head, and then separate them, releasing your arms back into the cross position. This could be symbolic of a flower blooming. As you are doing this, loudly proclaim, Isis, Apophis, Osiris. Inhale and slowly raise your arms back into the V position while you are slowly vibrating the pronunciation of the acronym of Isis, Apophis, and Osiris, E-I-O. While you are vibrating this, imagine the light growing even bigger and brighter. Once your arms are raised into the V position, say, let the divine light descend, and imagine all of this light descending from the top of the universe and into your body and into the room that you're in. Imagine the entire room saturated in this extremely powerful light. This is the entirety of the ritual. You could shorten it to just doing the signs and saying L.V.X. and then saying, let the divine light descend. And that will do if you're really short on time. But doing this in its entirety I have found to be very beneficial. I encourage you to watch videos of demonstrations of this ritual by several different people so that you can see that this is actually pretty short and easy. You will see that there are different variations of it. The important thing here is that you visualize the light growing bigger and brighter with each inhalation. The symbolism of L.V.X. is of the sun going through the cycle of the year, which reflects your consciousness as well. When you want to attain higher states of consciousness, you must purify your consciousness and burn away the old, so that way the new can rise from the ashes. This is what alchemy is truly about, and this ritual is a perfect representation of that alchemy. L, Virgo, Isis, and the Mighty Mother, is the generative principle. V, Scorpio, Apophis, Destroyer, is the destructive one. And X, Soul, Osiris, Slain and Risen, is the order of this light that is shining. All of these aspects are a part of the process that our consciousness goes through all the time. Not only can you use this to bring spiritual sustenance to yourself, this ritual can also be used to bring light down onto other people. You can saturate other people within this light. You can use the LVX ritual to infuse a candle in light and then burn it. You can also use this to manifest things by channeling the color of the light. For example, if you're trying to manifest abundance, you could use the color associated with Chesed on the Tree of Life, or Jupiter, and this color would be blue. As you perform the ritual, imagine how this abundance will make you feel as you are growing the blue light. You can use this with any planetary sphere. The LVX ritual can be used to charge food or water before consuming it for a powerful effect. You can also use this to charge sigils and talismans. I think it's important to learn this ritual at least a little while before performing the lesser banishing ritual of the hexagram, because it can feel like a lot to memorize at first. Once you've done this a couple times, it gets a lot easier. You will see how powerful and energizing this ritual is once you're able to perform it in its entirety with all of the energy work. If you're just starting your journey in ceremonial magic, I have a program that's designed to help guide you through the 4 elements, which is the first step of the journey. Also, if there's something specific that you need guidance on in your magical journey, feel free to set up a session with me. Check out the link in the description below for more information, as well as to where you can book a tarot reading with me. If you want access to exclusive content and live streams, the link to my Patreon's in the description below. And I hope there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.